The SDG summit is over, and we are still here. And I was clearly wrong. And I'm sorry. And I want to ask that you would please forgive me. And you can unfollow me, not forgive me, any of those things. I don't blame you. But I just want to ask, please, that you would not blame Jesus for my mistakes, for me being wrong. He didn't do this. This is me. I misunderstood in some way, and I'm not even going to try to figure it out, and I'm never sharing dreams ever again, ever. I'm just asking, please, that you don't blame Jesus for this, for what I have done in thinking that the tribulation was going to start today, that the Lord was going to come back before today, because I believed that the tribulation was going to start today, and obviously I was wrong. The SDG summit is over.
Here we have a member of the Watch community coming forward and explicitly and plainly and clearly admitting she was wrong about an explicit, clear date for the rapture that she set and stuck with for a number of months or weeks. There's many videos out there of her saying that September 19th is the, basically the rapture date, sometime in the 18th, 19th time frame. And she's plainly come forward and seems to be sincere that she is very sorry that she said all that she was wrong. She got something wrong. She'll never talk about dreams again. And she doesn't want Jesus to take the blame. She wants to take the blame 100% herself. So we see this from time to time, but my point in making this video is to show a reaction from one of the Watch liars in this Rapture entertainment community. And I just want your feedback on why you think this person did this and responded this way. And I'll give you my opinion, of course, but the response to this is just very, very interesting and very, very revealing. So this is Faith in the Fire 777, and let's listen to her response to what Dana just said.
The bottom line is, none of us are perfect, and we all have error. And I'm pretty sure at some time in the Christian walk, we thought maybe we were hearing from the Lord, and we just found out we weren't. Or maybe we did hear from the Lord, and it just wasn't meant for this moment in time. It was meant for another appointed time. One thing I can say for sure about this beautiful woman of God is she never preaches a false doctrine. All of her teachings are 100% biblical, none of her opinion. She is an amazing and outstanding Bible teacher. And
never her opinion, except for in her video, Dana admitted that her opinion was wrong. So already we have denial. Already we have defending someone. Well, everybody's a sinner. Come on, guys. So really what should happen up front, I'll just say, in the church is when someone is in error and they're caught in their error, whether through their own means, like Dana was, because time passed and she was proven wrong, or if a more mature brother or sister comes to her and says, hey, let me show you the scriptures a more excellent way. Here's where you're wrong, and she's convicted and falls to her knees, literally or figuratively, and confesses, oh man, that's true. I'm going to go make it right. I'm going to go tell the people I taught wrong. I'm going to tell them I was wrong, confess it, and apologize and repent, and then retract it, and then teach the right way, right? That's what should happen in the church. Nobody should defend what the person did, but it gets worse.
And here is what separates Dana from all the frivolous rapture date setters out there who don't have a care for anyone else. I will first say, Dana and none of her videos ever does she ever say this will be the date of the rapture. What she does say is she talked about the SDG summit and how it was happening on September 18th, and it's still going on, I heard, until the 26th. But anyways, what she did say was she felt that this was the Daniel 9:27 prophecy because it's the signing of a 7-year covenant with many. And what she did say was the church must be raptured prior to the Antichrist doing this. But what the issue was we really weren't sure if this was that covenant. So,
But Dana was, and Dana connected those events with the rapture. So, again, Michelle, why are you defending her? She plainly and explicitly stated, I predicted a date of the rapture. I thought the Lord would have come by yesterday. I was wrong. Please forgive me. Why are you rushing to her side and saying, no, Dana, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't admit you were wrong. And then like this convoluted thing, like, well, she didn't give a date. All she did was say, this date of this event coincides with the rapture needing to happen before this other event happens. But she never gave a date. I mean, how childish do you have to be to concoct such an excuse? Seriously.
so it's not like she really said a date of the rapture. She was saying simply that we would need to be raptured prior to this happening. So what she was saying was absolutely biblical. I've attached this.
Okay, see, again, she, Dana, admitted in the video that you actually put in your video, I was wrong, I set a date, I shouldn't have done that, I will never do that again. So what's going on here? It's just further proof, you guys, that, this isn't, there's a lot of cult-like behavior in this rapture entertainment thing. It's a club. It's a club of hobbyists. I've often called them that. They're end-time hobbyists. We have a community around the world of evangelical Christians, many of them in the West, because this is how Westerners think, because we've never been really persecuted before, and we can't stand pain and suffering, and we just can't imagine that we'd ever have to go through it, so we just get all whiny. We just hate to imagine that we are insignificant and just a blip of history. We don't like thinking about the fact that, 200 years from now, no one's going to remember we existed. And I believe this really came to prominence during the baby boomer generation, who were taught that they were special, that they were different. Hal Lindsey comes along with his book and tells the evangelical baby boomers, you are special. In fact, you're the last generation. No other generation will come after you. God has appointed all of human history to culminate with you. So we have the vestiges of that. And so we have this community of a couple of million people who love to think about this. They love to talk about it. They love to hear new ideas every single day about what this date means or that number means, or let's watch this event happening, or what does this news thing mean, or don't be afraid of this war or this pestilence or this famine or this economic crash, or don't be afraid. It's all under control because God's got you. He's going to whisk you away to heaven. Don't worry about it. They cling to this rapture escapism fantasy, both to get themselves through their day, which some of them admit, this is all I have that gets me through the day. J.D. Farag himself has said numerous times, I would go insane if it wasn't for the rapture, right? So they live for this, some of them. Others are just entertained by it. It's like a game, okay? And people like Michelle are, and Dana are the game masters. Hey, come on into my parlor. Let's sit down. I'm going to share with you some new cool stuff, and everybody get excited. And here's the thing, you guys. You really have to hear me because I really think I'm right about this, okay? 90% plus of these people who follow Faith in the Fire, they don't believe any of this. They don't really believe. I mean, Michelle herself certainly doesn't. Dana doesn't. They don't really believe they will be raptured soon. They would just like to think about it and talk about it and imagine it and fantasize about it and then move on with their day because it makes them feel better for a little while. This is all entertainment. This is a game. None of them really believes any of this stuff. And so what happens is someone like Dana comes along who actually probably is a little bit sincere, or maybe very sincere, who it really does understand that, you know what, entertainment like this in the name of God, where I'm using God's name, that's pretty serious business. I I should probably watch what I say. So when she messes up, and I don't believe she's being insincere. They could be crocodile tears because we've seen this before. But no, I think if she is sincere, it's basically she has been convicted that, I've been entertaining people all this time and I'm using God's name. And now I said something that's seriously wrong and indisputably wrong. I better stop. Well, Michelle doesn't feel that way. Michelle thinks it's perfectly okay to entertain people using God's name. Use God's name all day long. Tell everybody that God sent you to tell people this. Tell everybody, like, hey, listen to my truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ, because rapture soon, rapture soon, rapture soon. I mean, she's allowed to lie like that. She thinks that's perfectly great. In fact, she's going to be rewarded someday for all of that lie, right? So when someone like Dana messes up like that and starts saying, hey guys, I've really messed up, Michelle thinks that needs to be shut down. Don't ever say you were really wrong. Don't ever confess this is like it's sin. This isn't sin. We just made a little oopsie. Like everybody does. Everybody does it. Everybody makes oopsies. Don't ever get up in front of people on YouTube and admit that you've been wrong, right? Because if you do that, then you're putting a crack in our entertainment armor. Now we might start losing customers. She goes on to say some other interesting things. I'll play those out and then we'll be done.
Her video to this video so that all of you can see the absolute humility in her heart, her love for Jesus, and her immense love for all of you. The remorse that pours out of her heart in her video says it all. And how you treat her now and going forward is a true testament of who you are on the inside. Let's be the family that we are and encourage her, stand with her, support her, and lift her up.
So the most important thing to Michelle is not the, sustaining the truth. It's not the glory of Christ. It's not the fact that Dana, by telling a lie or by being wrong in using God's name, taking his name in vain, and making a declaration in his name that, hey, rapture tomorrow or rapture this week or whatever, that's not important, that she messed up God's holy name. What's important is how you react to that, how you respond to that. Because how we respond to the truth is irrelevant. It's how we make her feel now that she's confessed. This is like the left in America. It doesn't matter what the truth is. Don't go around harshly talking to people like that, telling them the truth. That makes them feel bad. If you make me feel bad, you're wrong, even if what you're saying is absolutely true. So this leftist idea, it's been around forever. It's relativism. This has been around forever, and it's crept into the church, and it's been in the church forever. But this is a perfect example of it. Don't mess with the entertainment complex of the Rapture Watchers community. Don't you dare mess with it. Even if you are a watcher, you will be gently reminded, you're not really wrong, because if you're wrong, so am I. We can't have that. That disrupts the flow, and that disrupts the fun.